So these videos will make you question everything. So remember, this is for entertainment purposes only. Let's check them out.
So this whole buccal fat removal thing, I feel like there's always something going on with like plastic surgery or trends and stuff like that.
What is
And
buccal
doesn't
fat?
anybody feel like, what if these plastic surgery offices are paying these celebrities and influencers to get this stuff done so that they can influence all these people to also want those things done? And that might be a stretch, maybe not. Don't really know much about that world. But wouldn't that be interesting? Like, they weren't just getting things for free, but what if they were actually getting paid to promote that stuff? I don't know. A stretch? Or so this whole
I would think they get paid to do it. Or they get free. They get it free. You know what I mean? Because that's the way things goes today, and it sucks, but the way things happen is you see a celebrity get it done, they come back, they look a certain way. If they look the way you want to look, you're going to research, you're going to find out where they got it done, how much it costs, and then you're going to go get it done at the same place. So these surgeons know that. These offices know that. So yes, they 1000% probably be out here advertising to these celebrities, saying, just like these ads and different things, these sponsorships be in your email, these surgeons be in their emails, they DMs, come get this done, we'll do this for you for free. Hey, we heard you wanted to get this done. Yeah, that's business for them. Oh, most definitely I think that's what's happening. I just say one thing. I want to see all these people in like 10, 15, 20 years. You're already starting to see it trickle down that some of these celebrities are not pleased with, you know what I mean? Because this stuff is like routine maintenance you got to keep up with and stuff. And some of these people are getting the stuff that they put in removed out.
I had LASIK smile surgery done about a month ago, exactly like 4 weeks ago. So I'm still healing because I have, I wore contact lenses for 23 years. And I also had a really high script. So the vision is getting there. Just wanted to give everybody a shout out because I say thank you for all the well wishes and wondering where I've been and what's been going on. So I am struggling a little bit. So I do still need all the prayers and the well wishes.
Good morning, everyone. The family says that she was struggling with complications following eye surgery, a struggle that left her depressed, and sadly, she ultimately took her own life.
I'm still using drops. These things, these tears, artificial tears, probably about every 5 minutes.
These are video diaries from Jess Starr, a popular Detroit meteorologist, wife, and mother of 2 young children, just a few weeks after undergoing corrective laser eye surgery in October of last year.
I want to just get back to my normal life, and right now I'm not living my normal life.
Over the course of 2 months, Starr recorded these video diaries detailing complications she says she was experiencing from a procedure called Smile, shown in this video from Zeiss, which is the company that created the surgery. A laser makes a very small opening on the eye to remove a layer of tissue within the cornea to change its shape and correct nearsightedness. The FDA approved it in 2016 and says it's less invasive than the popular LASIK surgery. Jess's family said she'd considered laser eye surgery for several years, and her doctor told her she was a good candidate for Smile.
I'm really mad at myself for doing this. I don't know why. I was fine in contacts. Glasses weren't that big of a deal. It was fine.
But just 2 months after her surgery, she took her own life. You believe her death is directly related to this eye surgery?
Absolutely. Yes.
Unequivocally.
There was nothing else that we can attribute it to.
I had
That's so sad, bro. That's so sad. Did you hear what she said? I wish I never got this done. That's what I be feeling like a lot of these people, but they can't really come out and say it. They don't want to come out and admit that they were wrong, admit that they made a mistake. You know what I mean? But you see some of these people that have done these surgeries, multiple surgeries. You know, some people have surgeries like well into the 2 digits, like 20 and 30 surgeries already on themselves. And this isn't doctor recommended. No, this is them wanting this type of body and this type of look. And they say these surgeries are just as addictive as some of the drugs that are out there. Seriously. This is scary, man, because you take a chance every time you go up under or you have a surgery. You take a chance, man. And the more you have, the more chances you taking, bro. This story here is sad.
Actually, earlobes really commonly do change just like this with poorly executed facelifting surgery. It's called a pixie ear deformity. It takes a detached earlobe and makes it look attached. It's one of the most common complications of facelifting surgery. Actually, earlobes really...
Huh? I need a list. What all type of surgeries can you have? I just want to look and see, man. Like, I think it was to the point to it got ridiculous for me when I saw the person get like the knee surgery or the lift in order to make themselves taller. Like, at this point, man, like they gotta put out some type of laws against this stuff, bro. Like, stop people. Sometimes you gotta protect people from themselves.
You ready for another strange but true story? In 2009, model Jasmine Fury was murdered, but her killer went to great lengths to conceal her identity, which included removing the tips of her fingers and all her teeth. Detectives wound up identifying her by using her breast implants. Breast implants actually have a serial number that's printed on the back of each implant. When we put in breast implants, we record the serial number and register it with the implant company under the patient's name. So this meant that when they were doing the autopsy and couldn't identify the murder victim, they were able to remove her implants, look at the serial number, contact the implant company, and get her identity. Strange but true.
What? You mean to tell me a lot of these women are walking around here with pretty much tracking devices on them? Because you ain't gonna sit here and tell me they ain't tracking you. There's no way you're gonna tell me. You already know you got a barcode on you. You got an information stamp on that thing. One day they just gonna be able to just come up to you with the little scan gun. Boop. Such and such, your whole face gonna pull up on the screen, your information beside it, everything, where you've been in the last several years. You know how they show you on the maps? Some of these GPS apps and different things can show you where you've been. You can't tell me they ain't putting no chip in there. That's crazy.
She went in for a butt surgery but came out with no limbs. April Brown always felt unattractive to men because she didn't have a big bottom. Knowing this, someone at her job offered her a back alley injection from their home for the cheap. April, being desperate and really wanted to do it, got excited and agreed to it. The person then scheduled her for 4 injections. But during the first one, she felt odd because the person kept leaving during the procedure. So April requested it to stop. Turns out that person was injecting her with bathroom sealant and not silicone like she was supposed to into April's butt. And April ended up getting a staph infection from it that started eating away at her body fast. She was dying, so the hospital had to save her fast and ended up having to cut off her limbs to save her. Like and follow because my next story is crazy.
What? Sealant? Like, what type of jail time did that person get? Did they arrest that person? Is that person still on the loose running around doing this to people? And people, we love y'all. We love the way you look, man. We love the way you look. You know what I mean? But we could tell y'all that 1,000,000 times. If you don't love yourself, then you could possibly put yourself in a predicament like this. Love yourself. Love yourself. You know what I mean? Who says you have to look like whomever is getting the type of attention that you want? You don't. Love yourself. Like, come on, man. This stuff ain't worth it. This stuff is not worth it. These people out here are pure evil and will do anything to get your money, have no credibility, ain't went to no type of school, no PhD, no doctorate, no nothing. And they're out here operating on people. Man, love yourself. Please, please love yourself.
Plastic surgery is going wrong, part 5. Jocelyn Wildenstein. As you can see, she's beautiful. Passionate about hunting, she met her husband, the ex-Wildenstein. They met at a gun range, and when they got together, he really had a thing for giant cats. So he wanted her to get surgery to look more like a cat. She got surgery, and it got weirder, until this was the final result. Sadly enough, they're divorced now, and she still looks like that to this day. I know people do crazy things for love, but don't be just crazy, women. Plastic surgery is going wrong.
Heck nah, bro. If a dude is telling you he wants you to look like a cat, don't be with that dude. Like, he gonna have you drinking out of a bowl, milk out of a bowl in a minute. Like, why would you want to stay with a person that wants you to look like a cat? I don't make that one make sense to me. Like, he wants you to do all the cat gestures and stuff like that. That person is weird. Run. Get far away from that person. Matter of fact, you need to go report him to the authorities. Absolutely. He needs to be off the streets. He don't need to be in contact with no people, no children, no nothing. Like, there's some sickos out here, fam. Fam said he wanted her to look like a cat. I'd have told, man.
Okay, I have a story time to tell. It might be TMI, but whatever, I don't care. I went in for surgery yesterday because I got a boob job like 5 years ago and my scars just never healed really. So I went in to basically cut them off and start fresh.
She just said it like, I just went in there and just chopped them off. How you just cut them off? Anybody else just find that weird, fellas? Y'all with me, right? Just to hear somebody say, I just went in there and just cut them off or chop them off, whatever. It's weird.
So, only thing to make me not feel it while I was awake was the numbing that they were gonna inject into my boob, but I was terrified and I just had such bad anxiety, so I was like, I need laughing gas. I was like, okay, now I'm good to go, whatever, I'll have the laughing gas, it'll make me out of it, I won't feel anything. So the one rule they told me was, I had like little resting places for my arms and they Velcroed my arms on. They're like, whatever you do, just don't move your arms. So I'm good. I'm taking my laughing gas in and I guess I was taking too much in because next thing I know, I'm like passed out dreaming and I think I was having a funny dream. And then in my dream, randomly the table I was on rolled out of the room and I thought I was in the lobby and people were all around me. And I woke up and I thought that they were like covering me up so no one could see me. And they were like, looked so concerned. And I was like, did I just roll out of here? And they were like, no, you're crazy. Like making jokes. They're like, you're crazy girl. No more laughing gas. I was like, what did I do? And apparently like while I was having that dream, I like yanked my arms out of the Velcro while there's literally a knife like to me. And they're like, Kelsey, what are you doing? Stop, like relax. And I'm like, flailing my arms around trying to like hit the surgeons while laughing. I'm literally like like flailing my arms and they're like, Kelsey, please, like we have a knife to you. And I would not stop. And I'm just like blacked out. I have no idea what I'm doing. And I'm laughing while trying to hit them while they're doing like, it was so insane. And then I woke up and I was embarrassed and I was like, what did I do? Like, I'm so confused. And then after that, I had no more laughing gas. Yeah, but that was my day yesterday, so that was insane. I thought I had to share because what the is wrong with me?
I'm not the smartest man in the world. Not the sharpest knife in the drawer. All right? I'm not the highest grade in the dispensary. Not at all. But if we're going to be doing a surgery that requires this person to be absolutely still while they're under, right? Giving a person laughing gas, which could cause them to, I don't know, potentially laugh. And I don't know about you, but I know me. When I laugh, it's movement. It's it's movement. It's movement. So the chances that I may wake up and laugh hysterically using my whole body is probably pretty high. Now, I'm no surgeon and no doctor, and they may know better than I do. I'm just speaking from this side over here. And I just don't think that's smart, bro. I don't think that's smart. No. What happens? And apparently the restraints y'all using ain't the best. yeah, I might need to go to some of these like loony bin houses and stuff like that and see what type of straps they use and try to get those. Something that's gonna actually secure someone.
Hi everyone, my name is Ashley and I recently got the VSG, or also known as the gastric sleeve surgery. I got sleeved on December 29th. Today is January 25th, so I'm almost 30 days out. I want to talk a little bit about my surgery experience. For the most part, surgery was pretty seamless. I was on a liquid diet 7 days prior to surgery, and then I wasn't able to eat or drink anything starting midnight the night before, so no water, no nothing. Surgery was a bit scary. I had never had any type of surgery. I'd never been under like anesthesia, but my team was pretty good at just like keeping me calm. I will say that the surgery was like only an hour long. I did the robotic sleeve, which a lot of people do different types of sleeve where your surgeon actually like manually does it. But my surgery was done in the West LA Kaiser, which is known for like being one of the best bariatric centers in all of California, which I was very lucky about. But I did get the robotic gastric sleeve. So they say allegedly that the robotic gastric sleeve is more like clean cuts and like your staples are cleaner. So I haven't had any complications. So for me, at least my experience has been really great. Okay. My experience has been really great with that. Again, the surgery was about an hour, and then when I woke up, that was like the worst. Like I will say exactly, like when I woke up, my instantaneous reaction was, why the hell did I do this to myself? My stomach was very sore, my incisions were very sore, but worst, I had a lot of gas trapped both in my chest and in my stomach, and the gas is literally the most uncomfortable part of this entire surgery. I was told for my team to like walk around, which I did, and honestly it didn't really help the first couple of hours. And I had like pretty extreme discomfort the first like 3 days. And it is pretty like intense. Like they had to give me fentanyl. I was like screaming that I was in so much pain, like not like actual screaming, but I was like, nurse, and you wake up just like so thirsty. So the first couple days are really, really like intense. You 100% need someone to care for you. And if you have like children at home, you need someone to come like help you care for your children. Like it's not a surgery you can do and then go back home and like take care of your 5-month-old or 6-month-old. Like there's absolutely no way. But surgery for the most part, like I said, the pain was extremely bad the first 2 to 3 days for me. I would say first 2 were like pretty bad. Day 3, I was like still feeling like very like not well, but very like bearable, you know? So yeah, that was my surgery experience. Again, I definitely think like if you have a high pain tolerance, you won't have any issues. If you're like me, whose pain tolerance is a bit lower, then maybe you'll find a bit of an issue, but that was my surgery experience.
Now, I've seen, it's this one person, right? I'm gonna get to him in a minute. But the gastric bypass surgery, right? The sleeve or whatever it is you want to call it. I first got introduced to that surgery. One of my supervisors back when I worked at the paper mill called International Paper in Savannah, Georgia. I was working there, right? And I was doing fire and medical there, and she was like our supervisor through the company we got hired in on, right? And she was kind of a heavy set woman, right? But when she told us like she used to be in like some form of the military, you know what I mean? And then when she got done, she was like she kind of just lost her way a little bit and got bigger than, and just couldn't find her way back to her size that she wanted to be, so she was getting it done. So she got it done, right? And I was able to see her transformation, right? It was to the point where it kind of made me nervous, kind of scared me a little bit. When you see a person drop so much weight so fast and start to look so different, that it's kind of scary looking. That sleeve kind of scared me because she just didn't look like herself, and it looked very sickly. Fast forward to this past year or so, maybe the past 2 years. There's this guy, I ain't gonna say his name, but I follow him on Instagram, right? And he didn't say he got it done, right? But he was a heavy set dude, and all of a sudden, you blinked, and he was probably about looking like he went from like 300 pounds to like 130 75. And I'm looking and I'm like, yo, bro is sick. And then he came out and told everybody, and I thought to myself, either he's sick or he got that surgery done, because I flashed back to my supervisor. So I'm looking at him, bro, and it takes so much weight off of you that you don't even look like you fit your frame. Like, the size you are doesn't even fit your frame. It looks very, very scary and bad to me. Like, I get doing it for the health reasons, but you can also be too skinny to where it presents health risks as well. Like, and how does that thing gauge it? That's the questions I have. Like, what stops that thing from making you too skinny? And then I've heard things about they can break or burst or whatever it is, different things like that. But that thing scares me, bro, because it looks like it takes way more weight than it should off of people. It really does, man. I can't even, that dude that I follow that does that, bro, I don't even like to watch his videos anymore because of the look. It just bothers me.
Just over a year ago, I started posting on TikTok after losing over half my body weight. I had a gastric sleeve on the 14th of August, 2021, and I have lost over 185, 190 pounds, somewhere around that.
Wow.
At this point. I didn't have the smoothest experience. After about a year post-op, I took very ill, and I haven't spoke about that yet properly, because when I was speaking about it, it was sort of in the middle of this sickness. Maggie, no. She's going to bark at a dog walking past. But I feel sort of in a better position now to be able to discuss it and what happened. To warn other people, because what happened to me was really rare. But I think it's important people know that it's a possibility. You know, it can happen. And I did everything right. I followed the book, and it still happened to me. So I had weight loss surgery on the 14th of August, 2021. And it was standard, you know, everything went really smoothly. Did my post-op diet, pre-op diet, all of that. It was, you know, it was great. The weight started coming off. I stuck to plan. I was really, really rigid about it. In fact, probably got a little bit too rigid at one point, where I kind of became a little bit afraid of some food, particularly like sort of processed carbs and stuff. So bear that in mind. There's a sort of mental element to this, and you can go the other way. In August 2022, I started noticing that the top of one of my feet was numb, and it was really weird. It was like this weird sort of numbness. So I rang the doctor and told them about it, and they were like, oh, it's just nothing to worry about, probably just circulation or whatever.
What you mean that ain't nothing to worry, bro? These are my toes, fam, and they're numb. Like, I can't really feel them. This is a problem.
Because I've got a few other comorbidities. I've got rheumatoid arthritis, psoriatic arthritis, autoimmune issues as well. So while all this was going on, I was also trying to get onto the right medication for my arthritis. Anyway, after the foot went numb, it then wouldn't move. So it was like dropped. It's called a foot drop. So it was like that. I couldn't lift it. It was just hanging there. And then that numbness spread up my leg, and I ended up with a paralysed sort of foot and leg. I was kind of tripping over stuff, and it was just like I couldn't, I was in some Amdram groups and I couldn't dance and things. I could walk all right if I covered it, but yeah, it was weird. One morning in September, and again, I'd been to the doctor about this and they'd referred me to neurology, so I was just waiting on an appointment for that. And then one morning in September, our daughter woke up really early, and I remember it clear as day. It was 5 a.m. She woke up. I sat up in the bed to go and get her, and I flopped. I sat up and immediately flopped right back down. Like, I had no balance, no sense of spatial awareness. I had vertigo as well. Like, it was just bizarre. It was as if I wasn't in control of my own body. So I said to my husband, like, I feel really weird. And he was like, lie down, go back to sleep. Hopefully you'll wake up fine. Woke up then a couple of hours later and wasn't fine. Couldn't stand up, had to be walked to the toilet. Yeah, it was really awful. I had extreme vertigo. I couldn't walk. I couldn't do all these things, and we had no idea why. It was quite scary. So we obviously went to the doctor, and I was referred to neurology. He went through all my symptoms. they knew I had weight loss surgery, but this is quite a rare complication, so I don't think it was ever linked by a medical professional to my weight loss surgery. It was actually people on this app that linked it to the weight loss surgery and said this is most likely a side effect of your surgery, and sent me some articles, and I basically had to tell the doctor.
See, this is a prime example of them saying, oh no, it's not that, it's not related to your surgery. Then you start thinking, okay, well then what's going on with me? And you have to come to an app and tell your story for other people to say, I had that same surgery and that happened to me, for you to realize it was the surgery. Because they don't want that stain on their practice and different things like that, their name, their reputation, their business. So they try to stick. This is a cold game out here, man. This is a cold game.
I think this might be something to look at. But before that happened, I had to go for a couple of MRIs because they suspected MS, and I have no idea why they told me that, because it wasn't. There was a period of a few months that were just terrible because I was unable to walk, unable to really think clearly. My cognitive function was pants. They did all checks on, B12, folate, all of that, and it was all fine. It was nothing to do with...
You could tell it weighed on her mental. Look at her. She could barely keep herself together now. Just telling us about it, going back through the thoughts and the memories of this thing.
So we were just very scared, and we were told there was an incredibly long wait for an MRI on the NHS, and I needed two. So we went privately and got them done, which cost quite a lot of money. But I was off work and needed to know what was wrong with me. And then the MRIs came back clean, which was great, fantastic news. But we still didn't have an answer as to what the hell was wrong with me, because I was getting all these neurological issues, and there was no cause. So I was on a few different medications and stuff, and they were like sticking plasters. They were helping, but they weren't getting to the root of the issue. And I also at this time got very, very thin, which made my symptoms worse, because I just couldn't eat. I didn't feel great. And it took a long time to build the strength back up in my leg, because my ankle and leg didn't move for months. I couldn't move them. So all the muscle there was gone. And it also really affected my mental health as well, because we thought that I was about to get lumbered with another. I've already got a few lifelong sort of disease that I was going to have to manage. It was very scary, trying to get better. Yeah, it was awful. And, with an illness like that, it takes a long time, because you're building back up strength, you're building back up. It turned out that it was all related to the weight loss surgery and the neurological pathways. I am not a medical person, but basically it's something to do with, like, if you lose weight too rapidly, too quickly, and there's these fatty pads that protect your nerves. Like when people starve, their body starts eating the wrong things, like they can get muscle wastage and stuff. So I had all that, and then the fatty pads as well were gone. So I had to put on weight to build those back up. And then that was like a recovery process. I had really good days, I had really bad days. And it was all related to the surgery. So yeah, we went through like months as a family of thinking that our lives were going to entirely change and I was going to be more disabled. And then it was all surgery related. So I think particularly if you're having surgery somewhere where it doesn't happen that much, like Northern Ireland, be on the ball with your own knowledge, because my doctor didn't know very much. The neurologist didn't know very much. I was all but told, like, we're looking for MS here. Like, what the hell? And then I spoke to the doctors at the company that I'd had the surgery with, once I sort of thought it might be related to that. And they were like, yeah, this can happen. It's very rare though, sort of a thing. But yeah, it was tough, recovery from that was tough, and it took a long time, and little by little, working my way up until I was ready to sort of go back into the world, because I think being sick like that affects your head a lot as well, and your confidence too. Especially when my cognitive ability had suffered, I really worried that I was never going to come back from that. So yeah, it's been a crazy year on TikTok. It's been a crazy year. And I tried to document some of it. It got too much at times. And I just couldn't be fully honest because I didn't know what was going on, and that was scary. But yeah, so I will continue to document. You know, I do plan to have skin removal in the future, and I'll document that. You know, this is all part of the journey for me. And yeah, it was crazy. So just be aware that this isn't an easy way out. It's no quick fix, and it can be insane, absolutely insane. I was paralyzed in one leg, you know, it's just, and it was all because of the weight loss surgery. So yeah, leave your questions in the comments. I will answer them. I'll do some question and answer videos. I've got a bit of time this week. So, and thank you for following me. To those of you who followed me, I can't believe how crazy it has been. It's been a mad year. So
First of all, thank you. I don't know if she'll ever see this, but thank you for sharing your story. I know you're a hero because you probably saved so many lives, stopped so many people from probably having this surgery, or, you know what I mean, at least made them aware if they go into it, what they could be expecting. And if they start experiencing your symptoms, they can put a lot of pressure on their doctors about starting to getting them some type of treatment or care or something like that to kind of help them. You know what I mean? You have probably made some people also aware that have had the surgery, came across your video and like, I'm experiencing these symptoms right now. So like this video right here alone probably has done so much good in the world. And if y'all need to send it to some people that may be experiencing this stuff, forward it on, man, and let them watch that so they can understand what they may be currently going through right now. I told y'all, I thought losing that weight so fast, it just wasn't good for you. You know what I mean? Even though losing the weight to make yourself healthy is the way to go, but that rapid decline of weight like that, that's, I don't know what it's doing to your body. You know what I mean? And then you go to these doctors, you should be skeptical of people that tell you to come, instead of their first thing being saying, okay, can we do this naturally? Can we try to get you with a trainer? Can we try to get you with a group of people that can kind of motivate you to do this naturally, hold you accountable, and this and that? Have we taken that route first? Because this should be the ultimate last route, meaning if you don't do this, then, you know what I mean? You don't know how much time you got left. So naturally should be the way to go first and foremost. But I know that's hard for some people, myself included, when they're trying to work out, balance a job, children, wife, you know what I mean? Different things you're trying to do. Work is just over top. And then at the same time, have time for yourself. So I get it. But these scary stories that you hear are real people. These are real life people going through real life things about something that you may be inquiring about doing. It's scary, man. It is very, very scary, man. Hopefully this video helps somebody or allows them to speak up and tell their story to help someone else. Y'all get at me in the comment section, man. Let me know what you thought of this video. Till next one, I'm gone.